guys, and welcome back to our channel. Yes, our channel. Saying hello. Welcome back to our channel. So today I thought I'd speak about something that's a wee bit more positive and happy given everything that's going on at the minute. I thought I would talk about just some items, products, wee bits and bobs that basically made life a wee bit easier for us, or items that Avery really enjoyed when we brought her into the world, kind of up until where we currently are now. So if you would like to see some things that we found were really helpful, really useful, then please keep watching. So I thought I would include this little lady in our video, well, for as long as she's going to allow me to include her in this wee video today, because today is her 6 months birthday. So she is 6 months today. I can't believe it. She is doing great. She's a wee independent lady now. She loves to kind of just do things on her own, you know, be free and whatnot. So yeah, she probably won't want to stay in this for too long because she'll want to be going and playing with her toys and whatever. But I thought I would include her because, you know, it's just crazy. It's not the 6 month birthday that we kind of had planned for her, given everything going on, but we are going to make the most of it, aren't we? Yay! It's my birthday! I'm 6 months, yay! So yeah, we'll see how long she wants to stay in this, but you know, chances are she won't want to. Frozen's on in the background. That's going to be much more interesting than us, guys. So yeah, let's get into it. So just like that, guys, knew she wasn't going to last very long. Frozen's much more interesting, so I thought I would just get her down and settled, and that means I can chat to you guys about some of the stuff that we found really helpful. So starting off with one of the first things that we used pretty much from when we took her home. She's singing away herself in the background. We took her home was this guy here. This is called a Little Loves blanket, and what it is it's a car seat blanket. So this is a 3-point harness one, where it's got two wee bits here that you put your straps through, bit at the bottom, and it basically means you can wrap them up like so, kind of while they are in their car seat. We found this so helpful. Avery was born in September. She's a winter baby. It was quite chilly, and obviously it was going to get colder, so we just found this to be really helpful. I used this one. I had 3 actually. I've got this one and 2 others. I used it when we were out in the pram, kind of wrapped her all up in it, kept her nice and warm. I then purchased a 5-point harness one, which I'll insert a wee clip in here now. And this was basically a car seat one. What it did was allow us to keep her nice and snug and warm while she was in the car. And yep, it kept her nice and toasty. Quite often she would doze off in it. And again, it's just that wee bit of security when they are newborns. You know, you want them to be warm, you don't want them to be cold, you want to just make sure that they're nice and safe and cozy, and these wee blankets here just gave me the peace and security to do that. She would sleep in this as well when she was a newborn, so while she was in our wee bed, or whenever she was in it, which wasn't very often because she chose to co-sleep, which was lie on my chest for basically the whole of our life. But when she did sleep and nap in it, she was nice and cozy and warm, and she absolutely loved it. So yeah, Little Loves blankets. You can find them over on Instagram. I'll link them down below. They're so nice. This is a lovely wee, don't know if you can see it, it's a wee kind of deer pattern. It's got wee leaves and stuff on it as well. I got a different pattern for my car seat one, but yeah, these are so good. They're great quality, they're nice and warm and cozy, and was a great help to us. I honestly don't think I could have been without this, because I just knew that whenever she was in it, she was nice and warm and toasty. And when you're a new mum, you panic about the smallest wee things, you over worry, but that gave me a great peace of mind. So I thought I would then move on to some items that were really helpful to us when it came to feeding Avery. So I've mentioned previously that Avery, her feeding journey didn't quite go to plan. I thought I would breastfeed her the entire time. She basically didn't latch. She never latched. So if I wanted to give her my breast milk, I was going to need to express it to her, and that was going to need to go on for, you know, however long I was going to choose to breastfeed Avery, or however long my milk was going to last. So I needed a lot of bits and bobs to be able to do that, and a lot of them were bought pretty last minute, kind of in a kind of panic buy situation. So I thought I would start things off with one thing that I did have, which was my breast pump. So most mums, if you're going to breastfeed, will probably have a breast pump. The one that I used was an electric one, and it was this guy here. It was the Event double pump. And basically it's got 2 attachments, attach them to your boobs. It's pretty straightforward. I will link it down, everything that I talk about here down below, but this one was really good. It's got a touchpad system here, so easy to like operate, honestly, really easy. And yeah, it was just a lifesaver because, you know, I was obviously going to need to express milk. I was going to need to express milk in a large quantity, like expressing every 3 hours, and this pump made it so easy because it has different settings. You just attach it to your boobs and it expresses the milk out really well. And that, during that time, was a lifesaver for me. I was super grateful that I had it when I came home, and made life 10 times easier. Another thing as well that was really good, because I did have to express, I had to store my milk. And what I had was these guys here. I don't know if you can see it, but these are the Event like breast milk bags. They're super good. It is an unopened pack, so I'm not going to take one out and show you, but you can kind of see from the front here, it's just a clear bag. It's the shape of the Event bottle, and you can basically store your milk in this, and you can store your milk in the fridge or in the freezer, whichever you prefer. It gives you, it's got a wee label so you can write dates, quantities and things like that on it. But yeah, super good. Really helpful, and they're pre-sterilised as well, so there's none of this faffing about. You can just express your milk, pop them straight in, pop them in the fridge, and that's you all safe and dandy. Another thing with expressing that was probably more helpful for me than, probably didn't affect Avery at all really, but was this lanolin. I think it's lanolin is how you pronounce it. And it's basically like nipple cream, and it basically helps your nipples, because expressing, it's not sore. It can maybe be quite sore to start with, but it's more uncomfortable, and it does kind of not feel the nicest, and you can kind of chafe and things a wee bit. And this just made life 100 times easier for me, because I wasn't worried or concerned about my nipples getting sore. I just applied it before and after every express, and let it soak in. And yeah, it was really good. It's not harmful, by the way, to babies either. So if you're a breastfeeding mum and you find your nipples are maybe getting a wee bit sore and whatever, you can use it as well. The ingredients in it are all safe for babies, so you're fine. You can use this guy. But yeah, lanolin, can get it in all your pharmacies, I'm thinking. Boots is where I got this one. Really good. So Avery, when it came to breast milk, always preferred her breast milk to be slightly warm. So obviously when you're storing your breast milk, you're kind of putting it in the fridge, putting it in the freezer, so you need to rewarm it again. Now you can just put it in warm water and leave it to it, but sometimes when babies, particularly when they're newborn and you've got that newborn feeding cry, it's kind of a wee bit manic. You get a wee bit flustered, and you just want to basically get their bottle ready as soon as you can get it ready. So one thing that I found to be really helpful was this guy here. It's the Sanko, I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's the Sanko's Coup bottle warmer. And it's also a built-in steriliser as well, so it's got a compartment for 2 bottles. You just put a wee bit of water into it, press the on-off button. It's kind of got a touch pad dial here that kind of allows you to kind of set it to whatever temperature, you know, whatever you fancy. But it basically will heat a bottle in under 2 minutes, which is like an absolute life changer, particularly when, you know, your newborn they feeds quite a lot when they're just born. So yeah, we turned to this quite a lot, and it was at that time an absolute lifesaver, particularly when it was in the middle of the night and we just need to get a bottle rapid for her. Really good. Don't think it was too expensive. Again, I'll link it down below with the price, but something like this, guys, maybe it doesn't need to be this particular one, but something like that, if you find you're caught in a similar situation to me, really good. And again, nothing exciting, pretty basic, but just a wee thermal bottle carrier for if you are heading out and about and you've got breast milk and you maybe want to keep it at a good temperature. Something like this is dead handy. As you can see, I've got a little lady back because she was moaning and groaning, weren't you? You just weren't happy. No, you wanted to be in the camera. So yeah, when my breast milk dried out, I then obviously had to move on to formula, and a lot of mums will already know about this, but maybe if you're a mum to be and you maybe haven't heard of this stuff yet, one thing that was essential was the Tommy Tippy Perfect Prep Machine. So it basically makes your bottles up for you. It knows the kind of right quantity of warm water to cold to basically create that perfect bottle. It's really, really good. Again, creates a bottle in absolutely no time. It's an absolute essential. If you're going to formula feed, get this. It will change your life, makes things so much easier. And if you do need to kind of like me move on to formula, it is an investment. I think it's maybe over £100, but it's life changing. It really, really is. It's absolutely great. So another Tommy Tippy product that we found to be really, really useful and a lifesaver on more than one occasion is this guy here. Don't know if you can see them, but basically these are Tommy Tippy, close in nature, ideal for cleaning on the go, and it's, yeah, your wipies. They're basically sterilising wipes and really, really good for kind of soother, teethers, that kind of thing, because babies like that, you're putting stuff in their mouths, a lot of time they're pulling dummies out, they're throwing them, they're dropping toys, whatever. These are really, really good because you can just whip out a wipe, give it a clean, and you know that it's safe and sanitised to give back to them. So really, really good. I think they're maybe like £1 or something like that. You can get them on Amazon, you can get them at Tesco. Again, you normally can, obviously given the coronavirus and things like that. I don't know how easy and accessible these are right now, but when things calm down, check your supermarkets, check your Boots stores, Amazon. You should be able to get a hold of them quite easily. Speaking of kind of dummies and teethers, etc., Avery does use a dummy. It's something that she uses when she's upset, when she's trying to get down for a nap, and she's just generally looking to kind of chill out. And one thing she will do is she'll be happy with her dummy 1 minute, and then the next minute, it will get fired out the mouth. And I mean, we at the start found dummies underneath sofas, underneath bits of furniture, because she would either spit it out, and then when she was able to lift it out, she would just take it out and chuck it. So one thing that's really, really handy is a wee dummy lanyard that just clips onto a bib, clips onto a baby grow, anything like that. Really, really handy. Goes round the dummy. These are the MAM ones. Again, I'll link some of them down below. Really, really handy because, oh, are you wanting this? Do you want it? There you go. Just like that. Perfect demonstration. Yeah, perfect. It means that you can just pop it in whenever you need to, and when they don't want it, they can spit it out, but it means that you're not losing it, especially if you're out and about, etc. So while we were out and about with Avery, when she was younger, she was very kind of noise orientated, so she didn't really like big loud noises. She was fine with dogs barking, but she would be quite startled quite easily, and when we were out and about in the pram, we wanted to keep her calm and make sure that she was just generally kind of quite happy. And one thing that turned out to be an absolute godsend, you going to show us? Yeah, you show, was this wee guy here. Yeah, you remember him, don't you? So what I'll do is I'll show you that up close. This is a Savron. Don't know if you can see it there. This is basically like a wee noise maker. And we got it from Amazon. You can get battery operated ones, but the good thing is this is just a wee chargeable one. It's just your normal kind of phone charger that charges it, and it's got a number of different sounds at the front, and basically you just turn it on to whatever one you want. This is out of charge, but basically it's got a wee music one, it's got a wee shusher, it's got one that imitates the sound of the room, a rainfall one, and then just a white noise one. But these are really, really good, and we basically just clipped this into her pram while we were out and about. I'm really gutted that it's actually out of charge because she doesn't really need it now, but it was an absolute lifesaver. And it's motion detected as well, so if, for example, you're kind of moving about and or she moves or your baby moves and they're starting to get stirred, it'll come on automatically and play for them. Really, really good. Wasn't expensive, guys. I will link it down below and you can check it out. But even something like that, even a battery operated one, they're kind of like wee white noise machines. Really, really good for newborns to kind of keep them nice and settled. Or if they're a wee bit like Avery and they're quite jumpy to kind of start off with, kind of helps keep them a wee bit calmer and stuff. So yeah, really, really, really helpful. This is the Chevron, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm terrible with names. Wee music, white noise maker, and it was really, really good, guys. So moving on to something that's a wee bit more high tech. We didn't have this to kind of we didn't purchase this for Avery, but we already had one. But it's something that very quickly became very, very useful. She is totally engrossed because she's got it here and she's going to want me to take it out. But it is a iPad. So iPhone, iPad, iPod, anything like that. Oh, yes, you know what that is. Has become really, really handy for Avery, particularly over the past couple of months. As you can see, she's quite alert, she's very interactive, and she loves anything with bright colours, music, motion, that sort of thing. So what we have done is we've got the iPad, we've got it in a nice kind of baby, kind of child, kind of proof. This is a Pure Sense by Steady Touch case. It's really, really handy. It's like rubber, so if you drop it or anything like that, you know it's fine. But it basically allows us to download some of our favourite films, Frozen, Monsters Inc., all that jazz, onto this for her for when we're maybe out and about or we're travelling, or if we're just doing some playtime with her. So quite often when we were doing tummy time and things like that, we would sit this in front of her and put on some sensory videos. You get them on YouTube. There's absolutely loads. She loves the Rainbow Touch one. And there's like little songs and things, and that would kind of get her to interact, and it would encourage her to lift her head up. So we found this to be really, really helpful, more so now for when we're kind of out and about and travelling, because she doesn't sleep as much when we go out and about now. So if you are going out and you're maybe going for a wee meal or whatever, chances are she's not going to sleep, but she wants to be interacted with the entire time. So when it comes to us and mummy and daddy, family and friends, getting a wee bit of a catch up, this is really quite handy. Because we will pop on some sensory stuff, we'll pop on more often than not Frozen. Frozen's what keeping her happy. Frozen! Elsa! Olaf! Yes, I know you want it. I'll give you it in a wee minute, baby. But yeah, really, really handy, guys. Like, that doesn't need to be an iPad, doesn't need to be anything expensive. It can just be a wee tablet that allows you to put some stuff on it. When they get to this age, like I say, every 6 months, they do become so much more interactive and they're more interested and nosy. And this just keeps them really, really, it gives them something to focus on. But again, when it's a wee sensory tunes and alphabet stuff and things like that, it's also learning for them, isn't it? So yeah, modern day technology. So perfect demonstration here. Just nice and happy. She's got Frozen on, she's got a wee toy, going to keep her interacted for a wee while. And even gives us chance, like as mums, to just catch up on a few bits and pieces and just get some time to herself. Really, really handy, guys. So she stole my spot, so I'm going to need to change up the set a wee bit, so I will be back in 2 seconds. So only a couple of more things left to show you guys. There are some bigger items, so I will need to move about to show you these. But one thing that was, again, a necessity when we were trying to get Avery to sleep in her bed, she's still not there 100%. She basically will co-sleep with us, but she likes to sleep in what you would kind of call like a baby nest kind of thing. So you've got loads, you've got like your sleepy heads and things like that, but one that I bought for Avery that I found just to be really, really good, I absolutely love it, is this, it's called a Cali bed. So it looks just like your kind of sleepy heads and things like that, like so. It's got wee handles, it comes with a carry case, but it's got wee ears as well. But the material on this is just so, so lovely. It's kind of that kind of breathe easy material, so when you want to keep them warm, it's nice and cosy. But again, if it's a wee bit hotter, it's that kind of breathe easy that they're not going to end up all sweaty and things like that. And I really, really loved it. It is a lot cheaper than what a sleepy bed or sleepy bed deluxe is. They're quite expensive. I got this one on a deal. I think it was only about £70 or something like that. But yeah, really, really good. It's got loads of handles, so it is easier for you to kind of take about with you. We took this on holiday to Lanzarote, and it was great. And yeah, she sleeps in this most nights next to us in it, and yeah, she absolutely loves it. It's a bit of a godsend, and it also means that you just feel a wee bit more safe and secure knowing that they're in something like this. Obviously, like your midwives and things like that say you don't need it, you can just put them down a flat surface, and this is a flat surface, so it's not a raised one or anything like that, guys. It's just like a big mattress kind of thing. It just gives me a wee bit of security, because she is at the stage where she is trying to roll over constantly, and at least I know that she can't really do that with this, because the sides, I don't know if you can see, are slightly raised, so she's kind of sitting in it, and it means that if she is rolling about, I know that she's not going to roll over and roll out of it. So yeah, really, really beneficial and helpful. And I think I've only got one more thing to show you, which is plugged in over there, so I will take you over. So the last thing I'm going to show you is this Joy City music chair. this was an absolute godsend when she was a newborn, and she still uses it today. She doesn't sit in it as often because she gets bored, but basically this is one of these moving chairs. So down here you've got your different vibration settings, which to be honest I found really helped to help them try and pass bowel movements. The wee bit of vibration I used to find every time I used to pick her up from this chair, she'd always done a poo. And I think it was the vibrations, I think it helped. Got your wee straps here. It does come with wee hanging bits, but we took them off because she wasn't really all that interested in it. And it's got a wee music centre here, which I will show you, and it basically allows it to move and sway, and again helped put her off to sleep. And it just generally now she likes to sit in it when she's watching stuff, or if you're playing with her and things like that, she likes to sit in it sometimes. Like I say, not as often because she's a wee bit more interactive now, but yeah, this was a right godsend as well. You can get loads of different ones. You can get your kind of just more kind of slightly old-fashioned ones where you kind of just rock them. This wasn't super expensive. I think this was only about, I think this was under £100. So it wasn't too expensive. Yeah, really good. Absolutely godsend when she was little. Really helpful. So Joey, Music City, I'm pretty sure it is, but again, I'll link it down below, guys. Yeah, so that is the end of the kind of few bits and bobs that we found to be really helpful when we had Avery. This video is probably going to be a wee bit all over the place today, guys, because Avery is a wee bit more impatient. She's kind of wanting my full attention today, so I've kind of been diving in and out of showing you things while keeping her entertained. There she is there. She's now currently trying to eat cushions, aren't you? And this is Buddy. Hello. It's Buddy. Eh? So I'm kind of going to head now and chill with this little lady and get some wee birthday activities going with her. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up, hit subscribe down below, and yeah, if there's any other videos that you would kind of like to see, I know things are a bit crazy just now, so people are kind of keeping themselves locked up at home, hopefully keeping themselves safe and things like that, and others safe. So if you have got any requests, please just let me know, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all soon.